Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Beyond Broken Hungry. I am your host, Dara Sweat, and today I want to talk about nutrient-dense foods. I know that we see all the time what's healthy, what's not healthy, and it really just comes down to eating foods that are nutrient-dense and whole foods and just things that are going to work with your body, with your immune system, with your function across the board to just really help you with that foundational health. Basically, like what you kind of should be reaching for, the always foods, if you will. So before we get into that, I'm just going to kind of update a little bit. Some of you might know this already because we've probably talked about it in person or you've kind of kept up with some of my socials, but Mudflower, the agency that I work for, is shutting its doors March 1st. By the time you guys are listening to this, Mudflower stores will have been shut, and I will have launched my own agency. Going in with Miranda and Shay. They're my two partners and close friends. We've been working together already at Mudflower for a few years. So we already know how each other works. We're basically taking all of our clients. So really nothing from the day-to-day is going to change. However, we won't be working for an agency who will be paying us to do these things. We will just be working for ourselves, and our clients will be paying the agency. So after overhead and taxes and profits and net and everything, that's kind of when we'll get paid. So starting a whole new business essentially. And I have like I'm one of those millennials that has like my corporate job, but then I also have like all my side stuff, my influencer stuff, like all of those things. And just having an agency and helping small and large businesses across the board has always been a dream of mine. So I'm really excited that it is coming into fruition for real. I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel a lot of peace from it. So I know that this means that this is what God has aligned for me. So the fear is good. And I'll have to keep you guys posted on how all of that is going. So that is going to mean that this podcast is probably going to go back to a 2 weeks or every other week launch basis. But I do have a guest lined up for next week. She's going to be talking a little bit more about PCOS and some things to look out for with that. So I'm really excited about that. I will be incorporating new guests and things like that in this new year, just like I said. Just won't be able to release every week until kind of things calm down with the new company. So I'm very, very, very excited. But with that being said, I have taken a little bit of a step back with how much I am doing on my programming and like performance stuff with fitness. I'm still considering doing ACC. It's a competition in Daytona Beach in June. Right now it is just a matter of the extra finances for A, signing up for the competition, B, the extra programming, personal training, and all the stuff that comes with it. And with me working more and going to have to be hustling a little bit harder, will I have time to work out 3 times a day, 4 times a week? Not so sure. So we're just going to kind of see what God leads me with that. I'm still in the gym. Right now I'm currently training for the River Run 15K in Jacksonville. That'll be Saturday, March 2nd. So it would have already passed by the time you guys hear about this. And I feel pretty good about it. I've gotten sick a couple times, whether it's colds or from allergies. I'm not really sure. Last year I got sick once and it was the flu and it was it. But this year it's like my body is like trying to get sick and then I beat it. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, let's try again. And I'm like, I would rather just be one and done. But here we are. So taking a step back in the sense of like, I'm not going to be going above and beyond in my programming. I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to be doing everything and showcasing to you guys how I can be a person who works and still fits fitness into my life. It just won't be a person who works and fits fitness into their life multiple times a day. It will just be the one regular time. So I'll be back down to everybody's regular level. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into today's topic, nutrient-rich foods. Welcome to Beyond Broken Hungry. Juggling your career, relationships, nutrition, fitness, finance, try to pursue your dreams, and stay sane can be a bit of a struggle. With the help of expertise from a variety of wellness experts and tips and tricks from everyday people, this podcast is here to share it all to make this journey we call life just a little more balanced. I'm stumbling towards wellness right alongside you, and I'm so happy to have you come along this journey. With that in mind, let's jump into this week's episode of Beyond Broken Hungry. So what does nutrient dense mean? Nutrient dense foods are rich in vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients important to our health. So like I said, they're kind of that foundational food that is going to really give us all of the goodies that we need to function properly on a day-to-day basis. They don't have too much saturated fat, added sugars, or sodium. So they're kind of very, very basic on that. And when I mean like there's not added sugars, it means there's nothing added to that. So a strawberry is going to have sugar in it, but it's natural sugar. It's good sugar. There's something added to that strawberry. Nutrient density is the amount of nutrients you get for the calories consumed. So research suggests that the standard American diet is energy rich and nutrient poor. So we're eating to be energized, but we're not eating to be foundationally supported. And when we say energy, we mean calories. So high calories. You look at almost everything is insanely highly caloric. And empty calories, we're consuming that regularly as Americans. There's foods that provide a lot of calories with not too much nutritional value. So things like Cheez-Its and pretzels, goldfish, like most of those non-perishables that you find in your pantry, most of those are not going to be nutrient dense. Now, there are some things, and we'll get to this, there are some things in your pantry that will be nutrient dense, but as far as like the cookies and the chips and the crackers and things like that, not so nutrient dense. Those are our sometimes foods, not our always nutrient foods. So for a nutrient dense and heart healthy dietary pattern, we want to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Duh. We talk about that all the time. That's like educate. That's like kindergarten stuff. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Eat whole grains. Include healthy sources of protein, mostly from plant sources. So like legumes and nuts, fish and seafood, fat-free or low-fat dairy, lean cuts of unprocessed meat, and skinless poultry. We also want to eat nuts and legumes, just reiterating that again. So for the vegans who don't eat meat, you're going to get your protein from things like legumes and nuts that are nutrient dense. And for people like me who eat meat, we're going to get that from unprocessed meat and skinless turkey, chicken, things like that. And the last thing is limit red and processed meats, sodium, added sugars, and alcohol. So notice how this says limit. Keyword here. It says limit. It doesn't say do not eat this. It says limit that. I just want to emphasize that. So I've got a couple samples of nutrient dense foods. These are actually things that I eat on a regular basis. I kind of keep in the rotation of the meals that I make on a weekly basis. And I just try to keep some of these things on hand, go to Costco, buy in bulk, just be able to have them in your pantry or your fridge so you can kind of grab and go. So we're going to go through this list and kind of give a little bit of what that is and some samples of how you can incorporate it into your diet, or let's call it your food lifestyle, because diet is a bad word. So number one, salmon. I love salmon. I actually had salmon for dinner this week a couple times. It is high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential nutrients, meaning that you can only get them from this food. So when we take a lot of like omega-3s or we take fish oil and stuff like that, that is literally what we are getting from eating fish, like salmon specifically. That's like the highest one that you can get. However, you need to be eating a lot of salmon every day in order to get that kind of, count of omega-3. So that's where the supplement comes in. It supplements what you're eating to kind of help you reach that level. So anyway, every cell in your body needs omega-3 fatty acids, every single cell. It's necessary for the correct functioning of the brain, heart, blood vessels, lungs, immune system, and endocrine system. So omega-3s are like omega important. See what I did there. Salmon also provides vitamins and minerals, including magnesium, potassium, selenium, and B vitamins. So salmon is like a superfood, y'all. I mean, nutrient-dense superfood. Like, seriously, I love to get salmon and just sear it on either a pan, or I love my iron skillet. So I'll do like 5 minutes on the skin side, 3 minutes on the face down. And honestly, some people I get mixed things about people saying like if you should or should not eat like the skin of fish. And I don't know about any other fish, but I eat the skin of the salmon. And I'm sorry if that is gross to you, but it's good. And especially like if I'm just cooking it, it's kind of crunchy. So I like it anyway. So it's very easy to cook. Like I just said, it's literally like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I put a little bit of Tony's seasoning on it because what don't I put Tony's on? Or last night, actually, we did just a little bit of salt. Nothing else, just some salt. You can put some butter in there too. But again, we want to try to stay away from like super saturated fats. I am definitely pro butter. Butter it up, girl. But like, just be careful of how much you're putting on there. And obviously the timing is going to just like depend on how big or thick the filet is. But that 5 minutes, 3 minutes rule is usually pretty spot on. I pretty much have done it for every single piece of salmon I've ever cooked. And it's pretty spot on every time. You don't want to necessarily eat this every single day. I mean, if you love to eat fish, you love to eat it every day, go for it. But salmon is kind of expensive. Okay. So salmon is like a treat. We'll, have it a couple times a week occasionally. But it is one of my favorite things to eat, especially if I'm going out to eat. Now I live in Florida, so I can trust the fish that I'm getting at most restaurants. I'm not going to go to McDonald's or some chain restaurant and eat fish, but if I'm at like a local restaurant in the area that I live in, then or that I'm visiting in Florida, then I'm going to go ahead and trust getting fish from there. But salmon is usually the go-to option. I love to get like a salad. If there's goat cheese on it, sold. I don't need to know what else is in the salad. Just goat cheese and salmon, heard. So that's just kind of like my little, if I'm traveling and I want to kind of make sure that I'm getting some nutrient-dense food in, I'll usually go for the salmon option if I'm in a place that seems safe to get fish. So moving on, number 2, kale. Kale is a green leafy vegetable that's rich in vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants, and various bioactive compounds. So it provides vitamins C, A, and K, and B6, potassium, calcium, magnesium, copper, and manganese. I always say this, manganese. I think I said that right. Mm-hmm. When I'm eating kale, which, I'm more of a spinach girly, but, kale is good for me. So I will kind of put it in rotation every now and then, and I'll do it 2 different ways. I like to sprinkle kale in my salads. Kale is very dense, and it's like, it kind of makes a salad a little more crunchy. So it'll give like a nice crunchier salad. Or I have baked it in the oven, sprinkled a little sea salt, and I'll eat it as like chips or like to get that crunch snack itch. And don't knock it till you try it. It's actually very good. I was wary the first time a friend made it for me, and I was like, oh, wow, this is good. So it's just like a different way to incorporate kale. Like I said, kale is very thick. So if you're going to cook it, you'll have to cook it for a little bit longer. I would cover the pot so that it kind of steams a little bit. But if you want that crunch, then go for it. Number 3 is garlic. After my own heart. I put garlic on everything. Garlic provides vitamin C, B1, and B6, calcium, potassium, copper, manganese, selenium, as well as allicin. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. A sulfur compound. And I'm not talking about like going into your pantry or your seasoning cabinet and grabbing the garlic salt or garlic powder from that. I'm talking about like clove garlic. Get one of those like garlic cruncher things and squeeze that bad boy all over your stuff. It is so good. Or you can saute them in a pan as well. I love doing that. I love garlic anyway. It's the best. Another little tidbit about garlic. More research is needed, but there is some evidence that allicin and garlic may help reduce the risk of heart disease by lowering your blood pressure, reducing total and bad cholesterol, raising your good cholesterol, and a high take of vegetables from the garlic family has also been linked to a lower risk of gastroesophageal cancer. Wow, I'm doing really great with these pronunciations today. Sorry, guys. And I'm a measure with your heart kind of girly when it comes to garlic. I pretty much put it on everything. It's really, really good. Again, not talking, yes, I use the seasoning too, but like the stuff that's going to be the nutrient dense stuff is going to be the real garlic, the OG, the real garlic. Okay. Number 4, shellfish, clams, oysters, scallops, mussels, greens, beans, tomatoes. I don't know why that just made me go there. Those are the type of shellfish that can be very highly nutritious. So clams are a good source of B vitamins, particularly vitamin B12. They also provide vitamin C, potassium, selenium, and iron. I'm a Cajun, so I pretty much learned how to peel a shrimp and crawdad before I could walk. But shrimp is seriously one of my favorite foods, and it's super easy to make, and it's not really listed on here, but it is a shellfish that is easily accessible. Scallops are really, really good too. I tried scallops for the first time a couple years ago, and I was like, where have these been my whole life? They are so good. Love to go to a seafood restaurant and get them. Oh my gosh, they're so good. So those are some options as well if you're maybe not wanting fish, but you want to do like the shellfish route. Again, that was clams, oysters, scallops, and mussels. Really, really good. Number 5, potatoes. Who doesn't love potatoes? Potatoes are a good source of potassium, magnesium, iron, copper, and manganese. They also contain vitamin C and most B vitamins. If you eat them with their jackets, meaning their skin, they're a good source of fiber. So in 2021, they did a study for adolescents in the United States, and they found that those who eat potatoes are more likely to have higher levels of essential nutrients, such as B vitamins, fiber, protein, and a range of minerals than those who don't. However, there could be various reasons for this. So potatoes are a very high satiating food, which means they're satisfying, they're fulfilling, and research suggests that they may be more filling than other high-carb foods, such as rice or pasta. And this helps people manage their weights as they are less likely to snack after eating potatoes. Now, don't take this as an I can eat French fries every day because Dara said potatoes are nutrient-dense food. If you want to eat French fries, eat your French fries. I'm not here to tell you not to do that. Sure, eat your French fries. Those are sometimes foods. Okay, we want to keep the potato in its natural form as close to that as we can. So dice them up, bake them, saute them, and then eat them up that way. What Doug and I have been doing lately, what I have been doing lately, love this man, but he's not the one that's cooking. I got the small, like, gold russet potatoes, and I've been kind of just, like, lazily chopping them up. Not any like particular, I'm not Gordon Ramsaying my potatoes, but just kind of chopping them up enough, putting a little minced garlic, back to the garlic there, a little salt and pepper, little bit of oil, shaking it up, mixing it together, putting it in my little pocket air fryer for about 20 minutes. Ooh wee. You want to talk about some good potatoes, and that's right. Like, I don't really feel hungry after I eat those because I feel satisfied by those potatoes. So that's another way you can incorporate that. Just a little side, whether it's lunch, dinner. If you're tired of your chicken, rice, broccoli, do your rice, potatoes, broccoli. And if you're measuring things, which I don't always say that you have to do, but I'm in my measure. She weighs everything she eats era. That's like where I'm at right now. And honestly, like 2.5 ounces of potatoes is like a good amount. It seems like they wouldn't be a lot, but you get your plate is like basically full. You're not plate methoding at that point. You're getting 2.5 or whatever ounces of potatoes. So anyways, number 6, berries. I'm so excited that berries are on the list because they're my favorite food ever. Like, I love fruit. I love berries. They are an excellent source of antioxidants. So blueberries, for instance, contain, I'm going to butcher this word, so I'm really sorry, anthocyanins. 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 Okay. And other polyphenols. Polyphenols. Wow. I promise you guys, I have a college degree. Some research suggests those compounds can cross the blood-brain barrier and have a neuroprotective function. How cool is that? Like, a berry can like get in your brain and like pump your brain up. Possible health benefits of blueberries include improvements in thinking and mood, enhancing all these science words, y'all. This is why I went to school for journalism. Enhancing endothelial function, essential for healthy blood flow in females with low estrogen or high blood pressure. So remember that, ladies. And they can inhibit the growth of cancer cells. This is super close to me right now because my grandmother is currently going through breast cancer and getting rid of that. So I have been like, oh my, eat blueberries, eat all the blueberries. However, of course, more research is needed to confirm these findings. I'm not going to go tell you that blueberries are curing cancer, but it has been led to seeing that it inhibits the growth of those cells. So I'm a huge berry lover. I'll put them in smoothies or yogurt, overnight oats, or even my protein muffins. They're great to snack on solo as well. So lately I've been on this berry kick, right? And I always have like one form of berry or another in my house, but lately I've had both blueberries and strawberries. And if you guys have seen the blueberry protein muffin recipe that I posted, I'm using Kodiak cake mix. I put the blueberries in there and I was like, oh my gosh, like it was such an easy way to get blueberries and they're cooked and it's just already there and it's so good. And then this last time I made them, I put strawberries in it as well. So I have a nutrient dense superfood protein brownie in the morning and it has been epic. And again, I just also love to snack on them as they go as well. I'll have it, with like some protein, maybe some meat, whatever, and then some blueberries and it's so, so good. Or I'll mix it up in my dessert because who doesn't love little berries in their yogurt for dessert? Number 7, eggs. Eggs provide high quality protein and healthy fats, and they're also a satisfying food. Their high satiating value means you are less likely to be hungry after eating. So as a result, eating eggs for breakfast might help with weight loss. Egg yolks contain vitamins, minerals, and various powerful nutrients, including these. I swear I went over this before I started recording this as well, and it includes choline. They're also high in lutein and zeaxanthin. I'm not even going to try anymore. Antioxidants that can protect your eyes and reduce your risk of eye disease like cataracts and macular degeneration. They're also cheap, flavorful, and easy to prepare. They're not so cheap anymore the last couple of years. I think we all have noticed that, but they're still relatively inexpensive when you think about it. I usually go for the bargains, but when it comes to my eggs, I do admit that I do prefer to go for the brown or the higher quality. I can't remember which one is which, but the not so much like free range, because that doesn't necessarily mean that the chickens are free. It just means that they're not in a coop. But just something that is a little bit more organically processed, or organically grown or whatever than just kind of having like those white eggs. So I will go for the probably more expensive option, and get the brown eggs. But with having PCOS, I kind of feel like, good eggs for my eggs. So that way I don't have any, endocrine disruptions or anything like that. So number 8, I'm saving the best for last. I think everybody's going to really, really, really enjoy this. Cocoa, cacao, and dark chocolate. Number 8. Cocoa powder provides iron, magnesium, copper, manganese, as well as antioxidants. A cup of cocoa made with milk but no added sugar can make a nutritious treat. So good all by itself. Some studies have suggested that eating dark chocolate with a 70 to 85% cocoa or cacao, however you pronounce it, content may reduce the risk of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and heart disease. Eat some chocolate for your heart. It's for my heart, guys. I'm eating chocolate for my heart. However, the amount of nutrients you can get from eating a reasonable amount of chocolate is unlikely to have significant health benefits. So don't just go eating all this chocolate. It's just one of those things that, in addition to, if you're going to reach for the chocolate, go for the dark chocolate option. It's just going to be a little bit better than the milk chocolate or anything like that. The American Heart Association recommends eating a little chocolate for enjoyment, but not for its health benefits. So don't just be like, oh, I'm taking my vitamins and eating bars of chocolate every day. Just little bit here and there. It's awesome. Chocolate is amazing, but it's also nutrient rich as well. And again, there is a balance when it comes to eating chocolate, just like anything else. But know that you can enjoy your dark chocolate or cacao and know that you're not only treating yourself, but you're doing right by your body as well by choosing that option. Speaking of chocolate, just a little side note. So as of this week, I am officially an affiliate of Ghirardelli. So I will be linking in the show notes my affiliate link. So anytime you want to make a purchase from Ghirardelli and you use my links, I do get a little bit of kickback from that. So it helps me and it supports my efforts in this podcast. So I thought that was really cool. I'm really excited about that. Ghirardelli is my favorite chocolate ever. Like literally in my like candy treat basket that I have right now that I kind of keep hidden for myself. It's literally Ghirardelli dark chocolate caramel. So anyways, moving on from that, a little side note. So how can we make sure that we're eating nutrient-dense food? Sometimes it only takes a small shift to a more nutrient-dense choice. So like I said, instead of getting the milk chocolate option, go for the dark chocolate. Easy, really, really easy fix there. And then here's some other options that you can do as well. Switch from white bread, rice, and pasta to whole grain pasta, whole wheat bread, and brown rice. So those are some easy swaps as well. And to be totally honest, I mean, white rice is fine. I prefer jasmine rice if I'm getting white rice, but I do like brown rice as well. And I like how it's kind of like fatter than white rice. So I feel like it's more fulfilling. So that's just like my personal preference on that. But yeah, I mean, that's something that you can do as well. Here's another option for you. Instead of a dollop of full fat sour cream on your chili or baked potato, try fat-free or low-fat plain Greek yogurt. That is one thing that has been a game changer for me because if I'm having dessert and I'm having Greek yogurt, I'm usually putting like a Jell-O mix or something like that in it to make it sweeter. I'm not just eating it plain. That's not for me. It tastes like sour cream to me. So by putting sour cream on like tacos or chili or baked potato, whatever, it tastes the same to me and has that same kind of texture. So it tastes great. So that's a little option that you can do there. When adding your toppings to pizza, stuffing tacos, or piling up sandwiches, add an additional veggie instead of extra meat or cheese. So by that, it just means if you're going to make a sandwich and you're going to have your turkey and your cheese and, your sauces, whatever, maybe have turkey, cheese, and then add some spinach or add some kale or add some peppers or something like that just to balance out that meal a little bit more to make your diet a little more nutrient dense. So here's some tips when it comes to snacking on mostly nutrient dense foods such as fat-free or low-fat dairy products, as well as a variety of fruits and vegetables and nuts. So you want to snack on crunchy vegetables. I have just gotten in the habit again of eating carrots. I love carrots, but they just were not in my diet for a while. And I just recently reintroduced them and they're so good. And I get the carrot sticks. Those are just easy to grab and I don't like the baby ones. They're just too hard to crunch on. But like a crunchy vegetable like carrot sticks or cucumbers or peppers, with a fat-free or low-fat yogurt-based dip. And you can even make that dip yourself. Just get some Greek yogurt and then the ranch packets and mix it up in there. So, so good. Eat a handful of unsalted nuts instead of chips. So again, back to putting things in your pantry that are going to be nutrient dense that you can reach for. I love pumpkin seeds, pepitas. Love having those in the pantry to grab and go. Love cashews. I like to have just a mixed nut thing as well. And I just kind of keep one or two options and just keep those on rotation in my pantry. And that's kind of what I'll do sometimes if I want something salty, but I don't necessarily, I want to eat something salty, but I don't want some chips. I'll go for the nuts. And you can satisfy a sweet tooth with naturally sweet food on its own or in a smoothie instead of candy and cookies. So grab those strawberries, grab those blueberries, an apple, and munch on that instead of having a candy option. You're going to want to replace your sugary drinks with water infused with fruit and or herbs if that's your vibe, or unsweetened tea or coffee. So by making these simple swaps to your favorite recipes, to how you snacked, how you prep your lunches, dinners, and all that, those are the ways that you can easily boost your nutrient density in your food lifestyle. Don't have to change anything, really. You don't have to do anything drastic, but maybe 1 week change this thing, and the next week add this in, and the next week swap that. And the next thing you know, you're eating totally nutrient dense. So the rest of the recipes that I'm going to be trying to be making for the next couple months is I'm really going to keep this nutrient density vibe in mind. So I'm trying to incorporate something that is nutrient dense in every single thing that I eat. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It could just be one simple thing. Dark chocolate instead of regular chocolate. So just be trying to think of those things as you're grabbing your groceries and meal prepping, and try to have some nuts, some berries, salmon every once in a while, because it is expensive. So I understand that. But chicken breast is good, eat your potatoes. How exciting is that? You can eat potatoes. So just these small things to have a more nutrient dense food lifestyle that's going to help your overall health and keep you healthy and supported, and all of those functional wellness things in between. So I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. You got this, friend. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you aren't already, be sure to subscribe to Beyond Broken Hungry wherever you get your podcasts so you get notified every time a new episode drops. It would also mean the world to me if you rate, review, and share the podcast too, so more people can join the BBH tribe. Until next time, you got this, friend.